This one today is going to blow your mind. I got to take a sip of coffee on this one right here. Lord have mercy. A rider used my car as a bathroom. And here's what happened next. Hey, buckle your seatbelt because this is going to trip you out. But there's some pointers that you'll be able to get out of this one right here. So, before I start, I would like to ask you all, if you all find my content helpful in any way, I would like to ask you all to subscribe, like, and share. And hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on my newest videos. This helps my channel grow. Okay, I accepted a trip that took me to a garage that works on tractor trailers. When I pull into the location, there was a guy standing out there, had a couple of bags with him, and he flagged me down. And so I pulled over, opened the trunk up. He put his stuff in the trunk. He get in the car, he's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Nice dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm gonna be at home I'm going home for a couple of days. They tried to put me in a hotel. I told them, no, I don't go to no hotel. So I made them pay to send me home. The truck gonna be in the shop for a couple of days. I think the dude drove for FedEx or whatever I think he told me, say he pulled for FedEx or something, but his truck was gonna be in the shop for a couple of days, whatever. So, I proceed to the destination. I see he going almost 40 miles away. So we talking, man. We just having a good general conversation. I mean, just man, the dude was so nice. You meet nice people all the time. All riders are not bad riders. A lot of times in my videos, I point out the bullshit that the drivers have to go through to give new drivers and drivers that never have experienced some of the things I talk about, some pointers on how to deal with them. But man, that's just as many good riders as there is bad riders. Well, this guy, man, we were just talking, man. We was conversation, I mean, just flowing. He started telling me about this buffet that he had ate at in Charlottesville, Virginia. And he told me, he said, man, that's one of the best buffets. He said, all that, I mean, like good old Southern food. And he was telling me about, he said, I ate so many collard greens, and he said they had smoked turkey wings on the buffet, and he said they had some of the best chili. He said, man, I ate up several bowls of chili. He was telling me about all the stuff he had put in chili, jalapenos and onions and hot sauce and sour cream, all of those stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, man, he said, man, I ate enough. I probably won't eat for the next day or so. So I said, man, that's good. He was showing me the pictures of the food and stuff. And I was like, damn, I'm down that way again. Sometime I'm gonna have to try that one. So we get to ride, and he take a phone call, he talked for a few minutes. We started going through a bunch of country roads. So I take it that he lives somewhere in the country, in the country part of the counties or wherever it is that he was going. And we started a bunch of country roads and all that stuff. So as we going, whatever, I look up, it's 17 miles to drop him off. I heard him on the phone telling the people the same thing about the food, how good it was, and all that stuff like that. And so they get out the phone. He told me, yeah, man, I ate too many of them onions. Them onions and started getting me gas. So when I heard him say, I said, oh yeah. He said, yeah, man, them onions ain't agreeing with me. He said, but I'm all right though. I'm okay. He said, man, you mind if I crack the window back here? I said, yeah, man, go ahead, crack the window. You know what I'm saying? So he cracked the window back there and everything. And just general conversating again. So we about to pull up on his location, whatever. Long old driveway. Them houses in the country, they have these long driveways. Most of the time, they'd be family. And there'd be several different houses as you drive up the driveway. So he said, yeah, that's my house back there, but I'm going to get off right here, man. I'm going to run into my sister's house. He said, you can let me out right here. I'm going to run into my sister's house. That's all right then, man. So, oh boy, get out the car. And I popped the trunk. I could smell something that smelled like a fart. I said, damn, boy, must have broke wind or something. He was talking about the gas. So I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get the wind. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get the wind to going again because I didn't want that odor, to smell that odor. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that nigga fine. So he closed up the trunk. He said, man, I'm going to tip you in the app, man. It was nice meeting you and everything. Blah, 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 blah. Went on in the house. I pulled off, turn around, pull off, leave out the driveway. I get down to the street to get out of the neighborhood, get back on the road. I'm like, I can still smell the fart. I was like, damn, that boy was not. Damn, I rolled all the windows down, right? So I said, this ain't gonna work here. You know what I'm saying? I rolled all the windows down. So I'm driving, and so often I still can smell that fart. And I'm like, man, ain't no way in the world this man fart still up in here like this. You know what I'm saying? So I just happened to look back, and I see, now, cloth seats was in the vehicle, okay? So I just happened to look back, and I see a wet spot. Great big old wet spot in the back seat. So I said, man, wait a minute, man. So I said, hey, trucks and shit flying on them country roads, they'll run you off the road. You're slowing down, you got truck flying up and down up there behind you on narrow ass roads and shit like that. So I said, man, let me get up here to the nearest clearing. So I get up there, I'm trying to get somewhere I can stop it. So I see finally a service station comes up. I stop at service station over there near the highway. I get out the car, open the back door. Soon when I opened the back door, that odor was so bad back there. I said, man, this motherfucker done shitted in the back seat, right? And I'm telling you, I had to walk away from the car. Mind you, I'm in the car. It wasn't a big vehicle. So I'm like, damn, wonder why I was thinking so bad, because the windows was rolled down back there, right? So now, mind you, this was running shit. They would run doo-doo. So it looked like a big wet spot. Man, my stomach was so messed up. I said, Lord, this motherfucker get it in the car. So I had to walk away from the car. Not only was I mad, but I knew this was going to be a problem, because it was going to take a lot of time. Man, when you got them cloth seats, everything just, if it's liquid wise, it just seeps down in the seats. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I did was I grabbed my phone and I took pictures as best I could of that wet spot. Several different spots I moved around. On this side, I opened the door. On this side, I opened the door, and I took pictures as best I could of the spot. And I opened the trunk up. There's some of the things that you're going to need in case of any type of emergency where somebody despair the bowels, throw up, or urinate. You're going to need rubber gloves. You're going to need face masks, okay? You're going to need some type of EPA, biohazard cleaning material that's not going to harm your seats. Something that's used in cleaning up bathroom stool and urine, okay? You're going to need some types of, the older rounds with disinfectants in it, okay? And heavy trash bags. And you're going to need some rags. And or heavy duty paper towels. You know? So I put the gloves on, and I got the stuff after I took the pictures, and I started spraying the cleaner, the cleaner in there, and sprayed all on the doors. I sprayed it all down. You know, I pulled the rug out, all that stuff. I just, you know what I'm saying, I just started spraying it. Now, mind you, I'm still damn near 30 minutes away from where I was when I picked him up. I have a car wash subscription, but I didn't see no car wash out there nowhere. So I said the best thing I can do is spray this disinfectant on it and let it sit. And by the time I get back to where I was being there, now mind you, I can't take no trips. So I hurry up and got back 25, 30 minutes out. I go straight to the car wash, and I drive up in there and go straight to the vacuums. And I started spraying and spraying again, spraying. So I always keep a spray container with water in it as well. So I took that container and I sprayed that water, and I scrubbed. I had your breast that I scrubbed with and everything like that. And I tried my best to get that mess out of the seat, that odor out of the seat, clean the back seat and all that stuff. Then I took that vacuum, and I did the best I could to pull that water out of the seats. And I just went back and sprayed it again. Man, it took me 45 minutes to clean that back seat. Now, you got to remember, when you got cloth seats, it seeps through the cushion, right? So I said, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to work no more today. The day was just gone. Seat has to dry. You see what I'm saying? So I was just disgusted, man. I just, you know what I'm saying? And it was so funny how I was so mad that I was laughing. That's how bad it was. I was so disgusted and frustrated. I said, man, it turned funny. You know what I mean? So, like I said, 45 minutes of cleaning and all that stuff like that. So after I had did the best I could with the seat, right? What I did was I got in there and I started sending Lyft the information, the pictures, and what happened. And I also went through the prompts and talked to them. Okay. And the lady said they was gonna look at it and everything, and they would get back with me. I went home. A couple hours later, I get an email saying that the pictures didn't show enough evidence. That at that time they weren't going to be able to reimburse me for normal cleaning of the vehicle that's going to happen. Man, let me tell you something. It took everything in me not to blow up. And it wasn't blowing up, wasn't going to do anything. And I say, you know what? I took me a deep breath. And I said, you know what? I chose to do this. And I knew, as long as I've been doing this, that these were the type of problems that that you were going to run across. I just had never had anybody that physically shitted in the car. I've had some people that urined, and that was another situation, you know. And the funny thing is about the urine, when the lady urined, see, by me having this floor mat covers that were clear over top of the original floor mats, you could see the urine. So I took pictures of that, and they reimbursed me for that, but they didn't give me $30 for that. That's somebody's fucking bodily fluids that I had to clean out of this vehicle, out of the vehicle that I was driving at that time. And they only gave me $30 for that. And that took some time away from the day as well. You understand what I'm saying? You know, these people will use the bathroom in your cars and won't even tell you. Just like that lady that urinated in the back seat. That lady urinated in that back seat, and I didn't even know that she had urinated in the back seat, because when I dropped her off, I immediately proceeded to pick up another trip that was in the queue. When I get there to pick up the person, they was getting ready to sit in the back seat. They was like, "Hey, your back seat is wet." I said, "Excuse me?" They said the back seat is wet. I looked back there and I said, "What the?" I didn't touch it. I just looked back there, and I looked down in the floor at the thing on the floor, and I could see the urine. The urine, she had peed so hard, she had took up almost the whole section over there, and the urine had went down in the floor. I ain't even heard the urine hit the floor. I don't know if that shit seeped out of the couch or whatever it is. But now for that cleaning right there, that cleaning really took some time. You understand what I'm saying? So what I did was I figured out a way to pull the seat out. I figured out a way to pull the seat out so I could really put some water on that seat. You understand what I'm saying? In the one where the man pooped in my car, yes, I pulled the seat out a little bit in that one too. You understand what I'm saying? I did the best I could, man. But let me tell you something. These situations like this, these are things that you're going to run across. People throwing up, you know, especially when you people are going to be driving at the night scene, the clubs, bars, and bar scenes, and picking up kids from college campuses that's been in parties and stuff like that. You don't know what you may run into, you know. I just wanted to leave this video today, man, because I was in awe, man. I was in awe, you know. And until it happens to you, then you're going to see what I'm talking about, you know. So people, just make sure that you're fully prepared, because things like throw up, piss, and shit will catch you off guard, because it's going to happen one time or another if you are a driver for Uber or Lyft. And that is real talk. Hey, if somebody didn't tell you that they love you today, Rideshare Real Talk loves you. I'm out.